Can I help you, sir?
Hector Security International?
Take that corridor, sir. Follow the signs for the Wolsey suite. Hector's representatives will meet you there.
Great. Thank you.
Hello, then. Sorry I spoke.
Thanks very much.
Right then, everyone's settled.
Sorry.
Get the ball rolling, I think. Okay. Right then. My name's Jeff Simon, and this is my partner, John Carney.
Hello.
And we would like to welcome you all here on behalf of Hector Security International. Now, as you know, we are one of the foremost security consultants in Europe. Okay, John.
Thanks, Jeff. Our business includes multi-million-dollar contracts with various defense agencies. In particular, NATO Allied Command Europe, who've entrusted us with the task of securing some of their most sensitive installations.
Now, Hector is currently in the process of setting up a sales campaign with the objective of infiltrating the commercial and domestic sector of the UK.
We will initially retail 5 main, high-quality, fully guaranteed products. These products will be manufactured here in the UK under exclusive license by Fortuna Electronic Systems.
Now, to help us achieve our objective, we are looking for a number of carefully selected security consultants. Well, that's the reason why you are all here today, ladies and gentlemen.
We need to keep apart from the surrounding area and set up a sterilised observation site bordered by the railway and cemetery.
Have you ever noticed how promotion changes your personality?
Why?
Greg, this acting DI bit, he's really playing it. I mean, like it's for permanent.
Well, who knows? It might be.
Nah, never.
No, leave that for a while. I haven't finished with it. Just bring out the best.
Someone will pull the rug from under his feet and bang. He'll be back in the land of 3 stripes before you can say it's Sir Robert Mark.
As long as somebody takes control, I don't give a damn. The sooner we get a new chief inspector around here, the better for all of us.
Who do you think it'll be?
Tosh, I am trying to finish this report.
A guess, then?
Probably some geriatric from the yard who hasn't seen the light of day for the last 20 years, okay?
Can't make it, Terry. I'm up to my eyeballs here. No, it's not a Sassenach plot. I'm trying to wrap up my own work and run the office at the same time. I also think I may have a mutiny on my hands at any moment.
What's the matter, Viv?
I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you a ring on Thursday, see how I'm fixed. Yeah, anyway, if I don't see you before then, have a good time, Terry. Yeah, cheers, mate.
I lost the Vinci case.
Don't come barging in here like that when I'm on the phone.
It was thrown out as a result of your advice.
Thrown out? Why?
You told me Vinci was no longer a suspect, so I kicked him out.
There was insufficient evidence to charge him with the assault.
Yeah? Then I should never have held a street identification 2 weeks later.
But that's technical, otherwise CPS would have picked it up.
It's not technical when you get a slagging off from the beak. A total disregard of the code, that's what he said. There's a stated case on it, for heaven's sake. You made a complete fool of me.
Look, I'm sorry. It's just one of those things that happens from time to time.
Like I said.
Forget it.
Forget it? Is that all you can say?
There's a new parking bay allocation from Mr. Conway.
Calm down.
That's for the DI, not me.
If you think I'm going in there, you're mistaken.
You ever see one of those news clips when a volcano goes up and everybody runs for it?
Women and children first, eh?
Not in this office, mate. Every man for himself. Sergeant Roach.
I've got to do a report on this, Sarge.
I'm calling a staff meeting, 11:30.
You'll have to call back this afternoon.
I want
mate.
everyone here, no exceptions. That understood?
These basic domestic systems are designed and manufactured to make installation simple. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
This is all very well, but when I answered your recruitment ad in the national press, as everybody else here obviously did, I was under the impression you were looking to fill positions in the company for security consultants.
Uh-huh.
Well, what I gather now is that you're looking for salesmen, not consultants.
Excuse me. You are mainly police officers. Some retired, some about to retire. You've been carefully vetted and selected out of hundreds for your expertise in the security field.
Let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. How many of our basic systems do you think you could sell in a week? 3, 4, 5 maybe? Yes, sir.
4, probably, I think.
4? So if you could sell 4 alarms in a week, you're a better salesman than I am. That if I could move 2. How about you, John?
On a good week, maybe 2. 4 is very ambitious.
So let me tell you, if you could sell 4 basic systems in a week, do you know how much you would earn in commission? Huh? You would earn £1,200.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, £300 commission on a basic system.
Well, how can you go wrong?
In business terms, £5,000 is a very small outlay for such a sound investment.
Now, the company guarantees return of your investment in full if within 3 weeks you have not sold one of our products. And with your experience and our backup, the sky's the limit.
You never guess I just clocked coming out of that massage parlour.
Jim, shut up, will you? Shut up.
Right. I'll come straight to the point. It seems that some of you are under the impression that the rank of acting detective inspector is a technical promotion of short duration that carries no actual authority. It may be some time before we're blessed with a new chief inspector, and whilst I'm acting DI, I'm asking for your loyalty and trust. I will not stand for anyone who tries to undermine my authority. Certainly, I'll make decisions that prove unpopular, and from time to time, I may make mistakes, as Martella will no doubt tell you. So, look, if there are any comments, criticisms, whatever, let's hear them now and clear the air. There must be someone who wants to say something. Sergeant Roach.
Me?
Yeah, you must have a gripe of some sort, surely.
Alistair.
I'm entitled to be called Sir. I'm not being pompous. It's a question of respect for the rank.
Sir, you can rely on my complete cooperation. And if you need any advice, please don't hesitate. No, sincerely.
You could do better.
What have I got to prove?
Mike? Len? What are you doing here?
Oh.
You're not thinking of packing the job in, are you?
Oh, just having a look around, seeing what's on the market.
Same here. I've got my 30 in, you know.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'll retire in a couple of weeks.
I thought you were on a cushy little number up there.
What, 10 years cloistered in admin at Barton Street? Call that cushy, do me a favour. What do you think?
What do you mean?
What, all this?
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
Oh, come on. I could sell one of those alarms a week easily, no problem.
Are you seriously telling me you'd part with $5,000 like that?
You're too cynical, mate. Look, they've got Sir Richard Hammerson on their board. And it's an international company. Thank you.
Who says so? Enjoy your drink, Len. Get some professional advice before you part with a penny. I'll see you.
What the hell was that all about?
Staff meeting. I wanted everyone to air their views.
You mean you were letting Ted Roach take centre stage?
Ted was his usual sarcastic self.
Ted Roach is finished. Over the hill. Played out as far as promotion is concerned. He's got nothing to lose. You have got a future. Protect it.
I think you're overreacting, sir.
What's your workload?
Maybe 5 cases waiting for committal, the rest is small.
Delegate.
I can't do that, they're all sergeant's jobs.
Give them to Roach.
He's got enough to do.
If stamping your authority means being uncompromising, stuff them.
I don't work that way.
Well, then it's time you did.
Hello, Jill. Good to see you.
Business or pleasure?
Business.
Shame.
Perhaps I should come to fraud more often.
Burnside been fiddling the books?
Not exactly. I need some information on them.
Ted! I want you to take over my caseload.
You what?
Except for one, the Davison job, they're all clear.
Don't you think I've got enough on my plate?
There's only a couple of statements to take. It's not going to take you all day.
I've got an arrest on offer. You heard the phone call.
Yeah, we'll talk about that if and when it happens.
No way.
Where's Dashwood?
Time off.
Time off until 12 noon. It's now 10 past.
Yeah, well, he's probably been held up. Traffic's murder out there, Sarge. Sir.
That's not good enough.
Yeah, I know. I should be on the streets.
Right. Lines.
Yeah.
It's time you smartened yourself up.
Me?
Your appearance is not becoming to a member of this department. I'd suggest a haircut for a start, and I want to see that suit cleaned and pressed.
This is definitely not the Sergeant Greg that I've come to love and admire.
There won't be a second warning. Viv.
Yes.
I've noticed you've been using the car for short journeys. It's a waste of fuel and unnecessary.
When?
Also, your report writing is unacceptable. Now, unless we see an improvement, I'm going to be forced to put these comments on your record.
I can't believe this.
This office has become very sloppy. I want to see maximum effort from everybody. If there are any comments, put them on paper and submit them to me. Is that understood?
I could be completely wrong about all this.
Nothing.
What, you mean the company doesn't exist?
Right. Principals. Carney and Simon, is that right?
Yeah.
Let's start with Carney.
They could be false names.
Not necessarily.
Oh, no. 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 Yes, that looks like it could be him.
John Carney. Involved with Jeff Simon in fraudulent misrepresentations, mainly in Europe, including phony investments in shares, diamonds, and oil. Note the names of the other bogus companies they've dreamed up. Pelops and Danaeus, all classical myths.
Myths being the operative word.
Beware of Greeks bearing gifts.
What if I got myself a complainant? Nip the whole thing in the bud.
You want us to take it over?
Well, actually, I'd like to have a go at it myself.
I hope you know what you're doing.
I'd still like to give it a try.
I can shortcut some of the inquiries for you, but if you get involved with Swiss bank accounts, offshore companies, you're going to be in trouble.
Thanks.
A word of advice? Don't be surprised if the job dissolves in front of your eyes. Good luck.
Frank?
Sir?
Oh. I'll have the chicken, please.
Very nice.
So, how's acting chief suiting you, Frank?
Well, so far today, I've countersigned 15 pieces of paper, drunk 5 cups of coffee, answered 3 telephone calls, and played Monopoly on the street map opposite.
So, apart from the boredom you're coping?
As long as my pen doesn't run out.
Oh, thank you. And Greg?
What about Greg?
I heard he's losing control.
No, he'll be all right. He'll make a good DI. He just needs more supervisory experience.
Nevertheless, I'd like you to keep an eye on the situation, all right?
And who's keeping an eye on me?
That would be telling, Frank, wouldn't it?
Oh, hello, mate.
Hi.
Did you get your promotion?
Oh, don't you start.
Well, they tell me everyone's at it these days. Acting chief inspector, acting inspector.
Yes.
Hollis is even acting like a human being.
No, now you're being ridiculous.
Right, what can I do for you?
On your rounds, have you ever come across Fortuna Electronic Systems?
Yeah, they make security, fire alarms, CCTV.
What type of firm are they?
Well, I'd say they were fairly well established.
Oh, hello, Grapply Printers. Yes, can I speak to someone in your accounts department, please?
I wouldn't say they were the best systems on the market, but they're very expensive. Why?
Can you find out if they supply any models exclusively to this lot, Hector Security International?
Yeah, sure.
Well, the company secretary knew the figures were wrong when he sent out a letter on the 12th.
Ted, do you mind?
Your caseload is now up to date. You want me, you know where to find me.
Ted!
Paul corrupts. Did you know that?
Mike. Don't give me a hard time, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can only take so much crap in one day. You were given 3 hours time off. You've taken 4.5.
I got held up.
That's not good enough.
Oh, come on, Gov. Since when have I taken liberties?
That's not the point.
Do you want the truth?
It would help.
I've been considering leaving the force. In fact, I went for a job interview this morning.
You're joking.
People are getting promoted. I can't even get a transfer.
Look, I think we should sit down and talk about this.
Fine.
Excuse me, Mike, there's a lady here to see you.
I found out some interesting facts. Thought I'd tell you in person.
Good. WDS Crest, Fraud Squad, WDC Martella, and Acting DI Greg.
What fraud are you working on?
Something's cropped up.
You better get on with it then.
What a problem is it, my being here?
No, of course not. What have you got?
2 things. I've spoken to Sir Richard Hamberson's secretary. She says he's been approached to go on the board of directors of Hector Security International.
Oh, I get it.
Gives the company an air of respectability. Anyway, Hamberson has written to Hector asking for more details.
But he hasn't said no.
Exactly. They'll string it along as the scam lasts. Hector's registered office in the West End is an accommodation address.
I knew it.
Now, don't get too excited. There are a lot of hurdles to get over yet. And remember, if you bring them in, you can't hold on to them forever. Make sure you do it right.
Thanks for your help.
Fortuna Electronic Systems. They've never heard of Hector Security International. I'll bet they haven't.
Thanks. Gov, if we don't move fast, I think a lot of coppers are going to lose their pensions.
If they're as clever as you say they are, we may be jumping in too soon. I don't want to come out of this with egg on my face.
Under the circumstances, we don't have much choice.
If you'd been dead set on leaving the job, would you have gone for it? I mean, would you have been blinded to the fact it may have been a fraud?
If I was someone like Len Durton with a lump sum burning a hole in my pocket, yeah, I'd probably have gone for it hook, line and sinker.
Coppers.
Yeah, coppers. Never believe we can be conned.
After you. After you.
That's them.
Thanks, Joanne. Thanks, Elizabeth. Yes, we're going to see them in.
Bye. Well, gentlemen, this is Acting Detective Inspector Gregg. We'd like to ask you some questions.
Ted. Ted. Mike's got an iffy fraud. It could develop into something big. It's got to be done right. We could do with your help.
You're making a terrible mistake. I know you people have got a job to do, but it's rather silly. We're a legitimate company.
Headed notepaper and a couple of girls from an agency does not make a legitimate company, Mr. Simon.
I make that about £50,000 worth of checks and credit card transfer receipts.
On your way to the bank, were you?
Yeah.
And another 2 days' worth of interviews.
Now, what exactly are you alleging?
There must be at least 90 applicants here. Now, if only half of these people fell for your scheme, that would net you £225,000.
That's if you don't scare them all off with your rather stupid allegations. It's the sort of treatment I'd expect in another country, not here.
Oh, and you'd know all about that, wouldn't you, Mr. Simon?
Can we keep the conversation relevant so I can understand why my colleague and I have been brought here?
This morning, you said you had exclusive rights to sell security alarms manufactured by Fortuna Electronic Systems.
I think you'll find John said we were negotiating.
Fortuna Electronic Systems have never heard of you, Mr. Simon. They've never heard of Hector Security International.
I think what we have here is a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? You've taken people's hard-earned cash in return for goods that you can't deliver. Goods that you never intended to deliver.
If applicants weren't satisfied, their investment would be returned to them.
How? How are they going to find you? By then, the money will be in a Swiss bank account, and you and Mr. Carney will be setting up another bogus company.
Couldn't get an haircut.
Yes, it is a police matter.
All booked up till next week.
Thank you very much. 15 Tudor Terrace. Go and pick up Len Durton.
Len from Barton Street?
Yeah, bring him back here before he loses his pension and life savings. I was just coming to see you, sir.
What's happening?
Dashwood's come across a fraud which could be very big. If we're lucky, he's nipped it in the bud.
Well, can I do anything to help?
I've already delegated, sir.
I'm beginning to feel redundant.
Comes with the rank, Gov.
We might have been a little sloppy in the way we set up this venture.
Hector Security International does not exist, Mr. Carney.
Of course it exists.
Your brochure states that Sir Richard Hamberson is a director of the company. Is that correct?
It hasn't actually been finalized. A mere formality, I assure you.
What about all these $1 million contracts for NATO and the like?
I can't talk about them.
Oh, give me a name. Someone I can telephone.
The Official Secrets Act. You've heard of it, I take it.
Are you telling us, Mr. Carney, that you have no intention of defrauding anybody?
No intention whatsoever.
Well, ask yourself this question, Mr. Carney. If the applicants for this franchise, because that is what you are offering, knew the true facts, do you think that they would have handed over their money to you?
They would have had true value for their investment.
That wasn't the question.
Would you mind repeating that question?
Would you mind giving one straight answer, Mr. Carney?
You hit on a winner. You offer job prospects aimed specifically at a particular sector of the community, i.e. police officers about to retire. Once they've bitten, you've got them in the palm of your hand. Isn't that correct?
My cooperation is at an end. I wish to be released.
I'll take you through, mate. D.I. Gregg will want a statement of you.
I can't believe it. It's all the money I've got.
Your detention will be reviewed in 6 hours by the supervising officer. Do you understand?
Whatever you say, officer.
I think I'd like to get in touch with my solicitor, if I may.
I've been a bloody fool.
Have a seat.
No, you've been an innocent victim of a fraud. You'll be pleased to know that your cheque for £5 is quite safe.
It's not just the money. It's the fact I've been a copper for 30 years, taken in by a couple of con men. It's my pride that hurts.
With your evidence, we can charge them immediately. Hopefully the rest will just fall into place. Unfortunately, a case like this is going to attract a lot of publicity.
I'll go all the way.
Thanks, Len.
I'll get you tea.
Gov, Len Durton's agreed to make a statement, which at least gets the ball rolling.
Good. Let me know if you need a hand.
I will, thank you.
You still thinking of leaving?
Oh, I don't know. 37 years old and still a DC.
Rank isn't everything.
Well, what was all that about this morning, then?
That was about personalities. Pips on your shoulder mean nothing if no one's listening to what you say.
Well, you certainly seem to have got this lot's attention.
People like you, Tosh, even Ted, you're good at what you do. This job's about getting a good result, not promotion.
You being straight or honing your management skills?
What do you think?
In reception. Come on. He's costing me money.
You got any idea who he is?
Just some vagrant egg case. Came in an hour ago. Started pestering one of our fitters. Where is Derek?
Still having lunch? You can't blame him.
Tell him to get back to work. I could see he was bothering Derek. I'd go over, I'd say, you can't come in here. The public aren't allowed past reception. He says, OK, I'll watch him from there.
What exactly do you want us to do?
Arrest him.
We can assist you to eject him from the premises, but that's all.
You assist me?
That's right.
Right then. Come on, Derek. It's after 2:30. We'll have him out in a minute. Right. Out.
You got a car, son?
No.
What are you doing here, then?
See? I reckon he's one of these released mental patients.
If you're looking for shelter, there's better places than this.
Wasting your time.
Where's he hiding?
Who?
He's back there, isn't he?
Come on. Right, here you are. What's your name?
Ask him.
You seen him before?
He can't say that.
Okay, mate, actually go. Come on. Go on, Tony!
Say that!
All right, we'll do it this way. On your way, go on.
Why didn't you do that in the first place?
Because, sir...
He can't say that!
What did we tell you?
Ah! Right! That is it! You're nicked!
You all right, Tony?
Never better, Sergeant.
All right, get someone to look at that if I was you.
First things first.
Go on in. Right, into your pockets, please, sir. What's your charge, Tony?
Assault, Sarge.
Assault on a police officer, eh? Any weapons involved?
Anything on him?
Money, cigarettes, return portion of a coach ticket from Leeds.
Issued when?
2 days ago.
Oh, that's a start. Were you hurt?
Oh, lump on the back of the head, that's all.
What do you mean that's all? He assaulted you, didn't he?
Yeah, but he...
Well then, when Sergeant Peters has done, we'll see what he has to say for himself. Now, you've been arrested for assaulting my officers. You're in enough trouble as it is. By withholding your identity, you're only making things worse for yourself. So, let's ask again. What's your name? Suppose we try a less controversial question. What brings you down from Leeds? Business? Pleasure? Odd place to go sightseeing, the inside of a garage.
We're going to find out who you are sooner or later. Why not make it sooner?
Look, I told you. Are you stupid? I said ask him.
Townsend. Derek Townsend.
We'd like a word with him.
So would I.
What do you mean?
Sloped off home, haven't they?
They?
He and Christine have got a thing going.
When did they leave?
Just after you. Christine says, I don't think Derek's well. She goes through to talk to him. Next thing I look up, they're driving away.
You got an address?
Somewhere.
First floor, room 7.
Right.
Nothing serious, is it?
No.
I didn't think so. I wish they were all as quiet as Derek.
Mr. Townsend, can we come in, please?
What do you want?
Just a chat.
Who is it?
Hello.
What's wrong?
Look, it won't take long. Thank you.
Look, I'm all right. You can go now.
Go? Why?
I'll see you tomorrow.
What is it, Derek? What's going on?
Nothing. I said I'll see you tomorrow. Christy.
It's all right. Do you mind if we sit down?
Upset you, did he? This morning, the boy.
Oh, that. No, I get these headaches.
It's nice having your girlfriend there to run you home.
She's not my girlfriend.
It's best if you're honest, Derek.
You think so?
The truth always finds people out in the end, doesn't it?
Did you recognize him?
Yeah.
So who is he?
He's my son, Stephen.
I see.
So what's going on? You fallen out?
Could say that, yeah.
Fathers and sons. Happens all the time.
You don't understand.
So explain.
I can't.
I think you should.
I haven't seen him for 13 years. Family broke up, you know.
I see. Well, you should have said. Divorce often affects kids this way.
I didn't divorce her.
You didn't?
I loved her.
Well, what then?
I killed her.
You better carry on, Mr. Townsend.
What else is there to say? I thought she was having an affair. We had a row. I killed her.
What did you do then?
I went for a walk. Walked for miles in the rain, wondering what I was going to do. And then I remembered that Stephen had to be picked up from school, so I went, collected him, took him to his grandparents, told him I'd be back later. That was the last time I saw him. He was 7.
What did you do after you dropped him off at his grandparents?
I went to a police station, told them what I'd done. I was charged, tried, sentenced, and you can't do it again.
You got life then?
There's nothing else you can get for murder.
How long did you serve?
10. Been out on license 3.
How's it been?
Be all right if people left me alone.
You mean Stephen?
Everyone. You. And you. I haven't done nothing, so you can go now.
What about Christine? What does she know about this?
Nothing. tell her, will you? Please.
The way things stand, I don't think you should proceed with the assault charge.
You're saying we release Stephen Townsend and leave him and his father, a convicted murderer, to thrash out their differences alone?
Townsend Senior is the probation service's problem.
You think they can handle him?
They'll have to. He's their responsibility. Ring him. Better still, send Stamp and Ackland round to tell him the state he's in. And whilst they're at it, they can get the gen on Townsend we should have had when he first moved here.
And Stephen?
Straighten him out and let him go.
Well, perhaps you'd like to help me do that.
Fiver says they've all gone home.
Well, they told them we were coming.
They'll take any notice.
Please. Can I get you some tea?
Hadn't we better get straight to the point? You do know why we're here.
Yes, your inspector rang us.
One of your clients is a murderer. His son, who seems pretty deranged himself, came looking for him today and was arrested.
He did outline the situation.
It does seem urgent.
I agree.
I mean, I'm no psychologist, but when we left Derek, he was in a real state.
That's why I've asked my senior officer to be here. We'll visit Derek.
What, tonight?
Probably.
Forgive my saying, but you're not exactly filling us with confidence.
Believe me, we take our responsibility very seriously.
From 9 till 5. But what happens after hours? If Townsend goes off his head in the night, who picks up the pieces then? I suppose he does someone else in while you lot are all at home in bed. Whose responsibility will that be?
Before we let you go, we need to know you have no harmful intent towards your father.
Put it another way. If we give you back your ticket to Leeds, are you going to use it?
Suppose you tell us exactly why you came looking for your father.
I should start answering some questions, Stephen.
Don't Stephen me. Why do you think I came to see him? To say long time no see, Dad? All the best, Dad. Let's have a pint and talk about old times, Dad. Pity old Mum couldn't have been with us, Dad. To say I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. If they couldn't hang him, the least they could have done is keep him in for life.
So that's what this is about. You don't feel your father's been adequately punished?
Do you? 10 years?
We're police officers. We don't have an opinion.
Sunhill had no information about Derek Townsend.
Naturally, I'll look into that. There should be some...
What about Stephen? Is there something we should know about him?
I'm afraid I can't divulge information from the home file without reporting to my senior.
Don't you think people have a right to know about these things? I mean, I'd want to know, wouldn't you? If my workmate was a killer. And what about his girlfriend?
What girlfriend?
There's a secretary at the garage.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I'd say it's gone well beyond the holding hands stage.
It's the one fundamental condition of any life licence. He has to inform me of any such relationship.
So what now?
She has to be told. The procedure is that I have to report to my senior and area chief. They'll tell the Home Office, who'll give the authority to intervene.
How long will all that take?
And then she'll be told as sensitively as possible, so that the relationship has some chance.
This is ridiculous.
He has a right to some kind of life. He's the victim in this case, isn't he?
He strangled his wife. Christine has a right to know that now. Not tomorrow, next week, sometime, never.
We'll deal with it.
We know you were brought up by your grandparents, that you're a student in Leeds, and that 2 weeks ago you were reported missing by your girlfriend, Julie.
What happened?
I got a letter.
Saying he was out?
The probation service should have told you he was out 3 years ago.
They did. Standard letter. Your father has been released. That's all. Didn't even say where he was going to live. After all, nothing to do with me, is it?
So what was this letter?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
It was anonymous. It just gave his address.
Does Julie know about your family circumstances?
By the way, my dad strangled my mum, but do you still love me? What do you think?
She can hardly blame you for what your father did.
Can't she? Would you trust the son of a murderer? I don't even trust myself. He did it. So why shouldn't I?
You have the opportunity now to show that you can be trusted.
Your father hasn't been forgiven, Stephen. He never will be. Life means life. He's out under licence. From now till the day he dies, he puts a foot wrong, he goes back inside. Doesn't even have to stand trial. Do you understand me?
I'm aware of that, sir, but isn't it reasonable to say the girlfriend has the right to know? Derek Townsend choked his wife to death in a fit of jealousy. And that's why I'm asking you to contact the Assistant Chief Probation Officer now.
Yes, but we don't want to tread on too many toes. They've asked for our trust and cooperation. They've come up with several schemes to reduce anomie on the estates.
Sir?
Anomie, tension. Durkheim's concept, am I right?
Well, I wouldn't know, sir.
No. In any case, the Assistant Chief Probation Officer will be home by now.
Oh, we have his home number.
For use in emergencies.
And you don't consider a serious threat to a woman's safety to be such?
I think this threat is a lot more serious in your mind, Andrew, than it is in real life. Come in.
Excuse me, sir. We've just had a call from Derek Townsend's landlady.
Excuse me, excuse me.
What happened, Josh?
This happened, all right.
His old man went for him with a Stanley knife.
Beautiful. Where's the father?
Inside. Come on, sunshine.
Miss, I keep trying to tell them, but they won't listen. It was the boy's own knife. I saw him putting it in his pocket as he came to the door.
Thank you.
We've contacted your probation officer.
Don't want to see her. Please. Can't face her anymore.
It's too late. She's on her way.
Do you want some tea?
Doesn't matter.
Sorry?
It's all over. Finished. It was a dream. This is where I belong. Wish I was dead.
Sir? I was just telling Mr. Monroe, Townsend's landlady reckons that Stephen had the Stanley knife in his hand when he arrived.
Meaning?
Well, if it wasn't Townsend's knife, maybe he didn't stab him.
Come on, he's admitted it.
Perhaps he'd admit to anything.
Yeah, well, I think we'd better talk to Stephen before we jump to any hasty conclusions.
And a telephone number?
081, outside London.
Excuse me. 081. Yeah, sorry, I'll have to take you all in turn.
No, but I've got to see him.
Yeah, if you just like to sit over there.
I want to know what's going on.
Please sit down and take your turn. Yeah, so that's 08.
Door, please.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, wait. I told you
I want
already.
to see Derek.
Derek who?
Derek Townsend.
Christy?
Where is he? What's happening?
Calm down.
How can I calm down?
Listen, you better come through. Visitor book, please, Reg.
You did it yourself, didn't you?
No.
I don't believe you.
Why would I cut myself?
To have your father recalled to prison?
That's ridiculous.
Is it?
I didn't intend to do it.
You arrived with a knife.
I know. It was in my pocket. But then he asked me in. He started talking. Said there were things he wanted to explain. About him and Mum. Stuff he said I'd been too young to understand.
Did he explain?
He tried. He didn't expect me to forgive. Just to know. Then he got this out.
Who is it?
It's my mum. I said, how can you keep a picture of her? And he said, because I loved her. And then he started on about her. And she kept having affairs, taunting him with them. And I sat there listening to this. I had the knife in my pocket and suddenly something snapped in me. It was his fault. All of it. Every bloody miserable moment of my life, his fault. Nothing good can ever happen to me. Can you imagine what that feels like?
Sir, this is Christine Eversley, Inspector Monroe.
Where's Derek? For God's sake, tell me what's going on.
Could you come in here, please?
I just want an explanation.
Sit down,
I don't want to sit.
please. It's rather complicated.
I don't see any complication. You've arrested my boyfriend. Why?
We had good reason.
Derek's straight. He's never done anyone any harm.
The man you've been going out with is a convicted murderer.
What?
He killed his wife 13 years ago.
No!
I'm afraid it's true.
Oh, this is sick. This is a stupid, sick mistake. I've got to find him. Get off me!
Will I be charged for this?
Oh, I shouldn't think so. You'll really go back up north this time? To Julie?
I'd have to explain all this lot to her.
Oh, you could try.
Have you ever imagined killing someone?
Who hasn't?
What's the difference?
Huh?
Between those who imagine it and those who do it?
Oh. Well, as a copper, I'd say luck.
Come on, Derek. We know you didn't do it. Come on. We're going to talk about it. Sort it. You've done nothing wrong.
Don't say that.
You wrote the boy a letter. Said you wanted to talk to him. Well, that might have been stupid, but it's not criminal.
I took someone's life away. And ever since, they've been doing the same to me. Day by day, inch by inch. Say nothing. Feel nothing. Be no one. And all I ever dream about is for someone to show me how to put things right. Take me back into the world. But it'll never happen.
Derek, you've got 30 years ahead of you. You're just going to give up. Come on. Come on.
I'll deal with this. You better come this way.
All right, what we got? Okay.
Derek.
I'm sorry, Jane.
Don't panic,
I'm
Derek.
sorry.
We'll talk about it.
Come and sit here, please.
Why didn't you say? You've touched me. You've held me. You've slept with me. Why didn't you say?
How could I?
It could have been all right if only you told me yourself.
June.
Come this way.
She asked me questions. I gave her answers. What else could I do?
Nothing. Except not get involved in the first place.
We were involved, like it or not.
Well, we're not involved now.
I just let him go. Forget about him.
I've already forgotten about him.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back, Sarge.
Right, George, you can stop brown-nosing now. It's not duty sergeant anymore.
Yeah, it's all right. Okay. Shall we start? So, 487 Marshall, 340 Quinlan, the new community station. You're going to help Ron set up, yes? 363 Loxton. What?
Oh, sorry, I'm late, Sarge. I've been selling mags. Got held up by sea relief.
Yes, I'll let you off.
Can I just say that they're going very fast and they're only £1 a copy, so if any of you'd like one.
Hollis.
Sunil's answer to Derek Jameson.
And there is also the opportunity to vote for the Sergeant of the Year. Hollis, will you shut up?
You've got the key to the neighbourhood office.
Have I?
I thought you were meant to meet me there.
First I've heard of it. Somebody threw a pitfall off the top floor. It's not the dogs. It's the people who need neutering round here.
Hey, you seen the one about Bob Cryer? The return of Cyrano de Bergerac.
Hollis, have a word. Did you write this magazine?
Well, which article are you referring to?
Most of them.
Has Mr. Brownlow seen it?
No. No, not yet. I haven't had a chance to show it to him.
It's in pretty poor taste.
It's for charity, Sarge. It's for the RNLI.
And what are they going to think about it? Who are you intending to sell it to?
Well, the force is trying to raise £450,000 to buy a new lifeboat, Sarge. Is it the article that refers to you?
Hollis, a joke is a joke. I have a big nose. But this magazine lacks any kind of integrity. We've got no keys. I was told someone from the council was going to let me in.
Well, this should have been sorted out earlier.
Yeah, well, I talked to Chris Mays.
Chris Mays? Wouldn't trust him further than I could see up an alligator's backside.
Why haven't we got the keys?
It's council premises. They've lent it to us. Officially, we don't take the building over from them till tomorrow.
Well, let's come back tomorrow then.
No, I've got things to sort out by tomorrow.
We could break in.
Roach was a bit out of order.
Bob didn't hardly give him any overtime, did he?
Do you reckon that's why?
No. It's poor old Uncle Bob can't take a joke.
Over.
181 receiving.
A disturbance at the shopping centre off Tolwyn Road on the first floor. A group of youths fighting.
ETA 2 minutes.
Someone was meant to meet me with the key.
What?
The key to the neighbourhood centre.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, well, no one showed up.
The supervisor is not here. He was meant to meet you, but he's off sick.
Could I have the key, let myself in?
Now I'm going to have to find someone who knows where it is.
Sierra Oscar from 181 receiving.
Go ahead, Narika.
We're now entering the shopping centre. Do we have further details?
Sorry, no further details.
Over there, mate, by the post office. Cheers.
Please, stop where you are. It wasn't me. They attacked me, right?
So why are you running away?
Because I'm black, ain't I?
What's that supposed to mean?
Hey, I know you guys. You ain't gonna believe a black man.
I'm at the shopping centre. We need
This jacket cost me good money, you know.
Narika, see if you can find any witnesses so we can confirm this gentleman's story. OK, so tell me who attacked you.
Am I gonna need stitches?
What was that, a knife?
Yeah.
So how many attacked you then?
There was 2 of them.
Describe them.
Why? They was wearing baseball jackets.
I've got a witness.
Is this gonna scar you, reckon?
This is a bit of a waste of time.
Oh, it's all a waste of time if you ask me.
Don't be such an old man.
Well, you fancy sitting on the counter in there all day, do you?
The office isn't going to have a counter.
Office? It's not an office, is it?
It'll help us get back into the community. They can come to us with all their problems.
They'll be coming out of the woodwork. You'll have slags walking in and out all over the place.
Did you fight back at all?
Of course I did, man. But this geezer had a knife, right?
Steve.
Someone's nicked it.
You didn't leave the keys in it, did you?
He's here.
Maybe it got towed away. That happened to me one time.
Are you sure you left the handbrake on?
Are you going to radio it in? I'll look for another witness.
Don't worry, mate. You can always get a one-day travel card.
Yeah, how's your face, mate? Sierra Oscar from 363, receiving over.
Go ahead, 363.
Area car. It's been stolen.
Did you get that, Skip?
Well, you better get some transport for Steve and Narika. Then get on to Scotland Yard and inform IR that there's a rogue vehicle on the loose. Oh! Someone's done a runner with the area car.
What? Is this a wind-up?
Wish it was.
Anyone told Monroe?
Thought you'd like that pleasure.
The theft of a police motor vehicle at approximately 14:30. The occupants, both IC1, are also wanted in connection with the stabbing.
That'll look good on Brownlow's annual report.
This is nice.
Not half as nice as it's going to be. Don't close the door, Dave. Want people to be able to see in.
We're not open yet.
Not open for business, but if people passing by want to pop in, find out what's happening, you can tell them.
Where do you want this lot then?
You know, I want everything that makes this place look like Sunhill put well out of sight. I'm going to get rid of this counter. I'm going to have a desk in the corner with a chair beside it. There's some posters up. I've got some more stuff to get. I'll be back in a minute.
What does he reckon he is, eh?
He's had to work hard for this. He's the main person turned this estate round.
Ah, well, what's he done?
He's probably done more than this.
It's a publicity job, that's all.
Talking out the back of your wife fronts again, Dave.
They won't get far. Every copper in London's will be on the lookout for them.
Most coppers will be too busy luffing, mate. Car will be stripped down, probably be in the exchange of Mart next week.
Here's Loxton now, sir.
What happened?
Nothing to do, Tony?
Yes, Sarge. We answered a call at the shopping centre off Tolwyn Road. An assault. We got back to the car. It had gone. I presume someone hotwired it, sir.
Witnesses? Have we got a description?
We believe it was the same lads, the ones responsible for the assault. Data's with the victim now.
And the car wasn't locked?
It was an emergency, sir. The youth had been stabbed.
All right. Keep me informed, will you?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Where do you think you're going, Sunshine?
Locker room.
What, for a quick fag? It's not your break, is it? Get another vehicle and get back out there and try not to lose this one, eh?
Yes, Sarge.
What did I just say?
I've lost my hat. It was in the car. George Garfield's going to lend me his.
All right, but hurry up.
Did you hear all that? He's an old woman.
Don't worry about him. What did Monroe say?
Monroe? Didn't say anything to me. It's Cryer who's copying the attitude.
I wouldn't worry about it, mate. Could happen to anybody.
I mean, who does Cryer reckon he is, anyway? He's meant to be a sergeant, yeah? Meant to be like you, like one of us lot.
Not Bob. He sees himself more as assistant inspector.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Fine.
I heard about the missing area car.
Ah, it's one of those things.
One of those things you hope happens to someone else's relief.
True.
I bet you wish you were back in this office doing my job.
No, I'm enjoying myself.
Don't give me that. You look like a man about to have a vasectomy.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
This area car. Radio in and lock up.
Sierra from 487 receiving over.
Go ahead, 487.
Yeah, the area car's entering Kingsmead Estate. We're in pursuit.
Cat, get in!
Pursuit of stolen area car in Gatley Street. This is a dead end.
You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Good. You nicked.
Get! No, out of it. No, I mean out. Oi, out of it.
So, Simon,
Well, he can't get out.
short of breaking down every door, we're not going to find him.
Damn caretaker and let him in quicker.
Uncle Bob doesn't look too pleased about it either.
Did we find him?
Could be in any of the flats, Skip.
Which button did he press? Top? Bottom?
No idea.
Well, did we get a description?
Yes, Sarge.
Well, then let's use a bit of initiative. I want you to knock on everyone's door. We might get a witness. Someone who knows him, or at least knows which way he went.
Right, Sarge.
Look, I want to catch this lad. You, Kathy, you stay here. You're the one most likely to recognise him, yeah? What's got into you lot?
No. Locked yourself out? Lost your keys? Someone's gone off with them. Maybe it's the same lads who went off with your car.
Right, so you got TDA, GBH...
Why, it weren't me that cut him.
Well, who was it then?
I don't know him, he's just some bloke I met.
You'll have to do better than that, Jonty. Where'd you meet him?
Pub.
Which pub?
Don't know its name.
Well, where was it?
Look, I don't know the area all right. I've never been there before.
Your mate, he's going to be laughing, isn't he, eh? Eh? He cut the bloke, he drove the car, and you'll do the bird.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes, isn't it?
Well, it doesn't have to. Interview suspended. You think about it, eh? Do you want a cup of tea?
Just brought Narika back from the hospital. She's taken a statement from the lad at the shopping centre.
Have you heard about the area car?
Yeah, slaughtered.
Total?
Well, guess that's my no-claims bonus gone.
It's your licence to drive area cars that's gone, mate.
This is no joke. That car is worth £15,000.
Well, not anymore, it isn't. Oh, come on, Sarge, it wasn't Steve's fault.
Have you got Chummy to Coffee's mate yet?
No, he's playing heroes. Name, rank and serial number, and that's about it.
Quinnan, is there any chance of you taking it seriously?
I do, Sarge.
What are you doing here?
Mr. Munro stood us down.
Why?
Not worth the manpower, he said. Too many doors in the building with no replies. And the rest don't know or aren't saying. I mean, short of searching every flat for the guy, I don't know what we're going to do.
This is a joke.
I thought you said it wasn't a joke, Sarge.
Loxton, that is the kind of remark that is going to seriously damage your career.
Sarge, can I have a quick word?
Yeah.
Bet you've forgotten what it's like. Being on the relief.
Oh, I've forgotten what a pain in the neck some of you PCs are. What do you want to see me about?
You need to lighten up a bit, Sarge. Look, this is mates talking, right? You're out of step.
Because of what I've just said to Loxton.
What you said to Steve doesn't matter. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Meaning?
I don't know, Sarge. Maybe it's the relief that's changed. But we've had a couple of new skips come in and, well, Alec, who always was one of us anyway.
Us? You mean he was one of the PCs? You're going to sound like the mafia.
We're a good team.
Well, you always were a good team. That's why I chose to come back on this relief.
It's not the impression you've been giving.
Why, what's being said?
It's not worth repeating.
And what do you think?
Look, I've said all I want to say. We'll go across the road for a drink later, yeah? It's good to have you back on the range, Skip.
I decided we didn't have the manpower to commit to a thorough house-to-house.
Well, I certainly don't want the young bucks on that estate feeling they can steal police vehicles and get away with it.
I could have pulled PC Smollett from the community station.
No, I don't want him involved. The community office is of long-term importance.
The other boy, the passenger, may throw us his mate, but there's a suggestion he's scared.
Of what?
Of the driver, sir. It looks as if he's someone who might be a bit happy with a knife.
And you've given this information to the collator, have you?
That and the description. It doesn't match with anyone we know living in that particular block.
Well, looks like we'll have to stomach the loss of a police vehicle. It's bad timing, I know. But I don't want this investigation marring the opening of the community office.
There you go, love. There's a badge for you. So you can help us prevent crime, right?
See? That girl would never have set foot in Scannell or any ordinary police station.
No, you're right, man. You know, I could get into this.
Well, as long as you know it's not a cushy number.
No, no.
All right?
All right, Ron.
We're not open till tomorrow, but you can come in.
Do you want in?
No, I'm all right, thanks.
What's that green stuff?
It's for the tropical fish. You can come in.
I know. You know them lads, the ones that mashed up your car?
Yeah?
What's going to happen to them?
What do you think should happen to them? They'll go to court, maybe go to prison.
Why, do you know, man?
I know. I'll see you, right?
You've got to be careful with questions like that, Reg.
Right, this way. How's it going?
Useless.
You scared?
Scared? If he coughed, his bowels would open. Well, the lad gave us his own name, Jonathan Franks Jonty. Lives on the Kingsmead estate, but not in the block that Chummy disappeared into. He's got threatening behaviour, the usual, and that's about it.
None associates?
I'm gonna look into it.
Good. Look, David, you're doing well.
I'm doing rubbish.
How's it going, Bob? Oh, I don't know. Looks like I'm gonna have to earn my stripes all over again.
There you go, Reg.
Cheers, buddy.
Cup of tea, Mr. Harris?
No, I've got to get the shopping back for the wife.
You're a good man.
Oh, we've got goldfish.
So you have.
Feed them on real brick rub.
I must try that. See ya.
Ciao.
Excuse me, sorry. Very nice, Ron. Very nice.
Just sounded like the working, yeah?
You want to watch that? Let's start giving you all the rejects, Ron.
I was going to offer to make you a cup too.
No, I've got a top and tail this area car jobby. Still haven't picked up the driver.
You got one of them?
Yes, yeah, Jonty. Jonathan Franks. Do you know him?
Not yet.
Oh, anyway, it's his mate I'm looking for. I'm going to try and find out who this Jonty hangs around with.
Well, don't you ask that lad? He might know.
What lad's that?
Oh, he come in here early, didn't he, man?
Well, what's his name?
He's just a lad. Now, come on, Reg, we've got work to do. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to chuck you out, I'm afraid, Dave. We've got to pick up some more stuff, including my pièce de résistance.
What makes you think this lad knows something, then?
Well, he was asking about him. What do you want?
Not by name. Look, the lad's like that, Dave.
What, you know him?
I've seen him before, yes. Come on, Reg.
Yes, come in. Hello, Andrew. This mag's very good.
Apparently Bob Cryer wasn't too keen. I've been contacted by PC Quinnan, sir, and I thought maybe I should speak to you before I do anything. He suspects Ron Smollett may be concealing information that could help us locate our missing driver.
And why should he do that?
In case it jeopardizes the neighborhood office.
Well, that's understandable. Leave it with me, will you? Oh, does anybody else know about this?
As far as I know, Quinnan came to me direct. I think he's keen not to be seen as a snitch.
Is it free?
No, it's 10 pence and it'll be on after school till 6 o'clock.
It's for the RNLI. They need a new lifeboat.
If you want to shoot it off, Reg.
Oh, no, it's right, thanks, Ron. So who's going to show me how to play this, then?
I didn't know we were open.
We're not, sir.
Oh, Mr. Brownlow.
Better go, very popular already.
I borrowed the video game off a pal.
Oh, good idea.
Well, it's a good way of getting to know them, just to start with.
Yeah. I think you're doing very well.
Well, I'll be off then, Mil.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Reg.
Good night, Mr. Brownlow.
Thanks, good night, Reg.
Cup of tea, sir?
No, thanks. No, I just came to see how you're getting on. You've heard about the area car?
Yes.
We haven't been able to find the driver. I just wondered with your local knowledge.
I don't know who the driver was, sir.
You've not heard anything? Anybody who might be involved?
Is this something Dave Quinnan said?
Look, we're here to forge links, build up some trust. We're hardly going to be able to do that if we can't trust each other.
So, if I give you someone who might be able to help you...
We'll make sure he doesn't lead back to you.
There was a lad, he came in earlier, Leon Andreas. His mates call him Panic. He might know something.
Right. I'll tell Mr. Munro to pick up Andreas and trawl a few of his friends, make it look like routine. You look as though you've almost finished, yeah?
Just got to finish off a few things, sir.
Well, anything else you need, don't hesitate to ask. I want this pilot scheme to work.
So do I, sir.
Yes, but is your son in? What's this to do with?
We want to ask him some questions to do with an assault and the theft of a police motor vehicle, madam.
Where'd you get his name from?
Police intelligence, madam.
That's a joke. Everyone knows the police have got no intelligence.
What?
Give them a shiny badge and they've been their job.
No one's told me why you want to speak to me.
Well, you understand that you're here to help us with our inquiries, yeah?
Yeah.
And as soon as you've helped us, you can go home.
Yeah. What happens if I don't know anything?
Well, you'll be kept here whilst we make further inquiries.
But I don't know anything.
Got nothing to worry about then, have you?
Now, I want to ask you about a stabbing in a supermarket off the Tallwyn Road.
I don't know nothing about it. I wasn't there.
And the subsequent theft of a police motor vehicle.
I've told you. I've told you it was nothing to do with me.
But you know what happened? The driver of the car, the man we're pursuing, ran into the block of flats that you live in. Is that true?
You tell me.
Well, you tell me a bit about it first, yeah? You know where he's hiding up. Isn't that true?
Why? What's everyone else said?
You don't worry about them. You don't know what they've been saying, and they're not going to know what you're going to say either, OK?
Yeah.
So the driver of the car, did he run up and hide on your floor?
No. Oh, look, I don't know.
But you know where he is?
No.
You know who he is? Don't you? Hmm?
You don't want a community police station. You want a fully loaded TSG van parked on that estate.
Yes!
Nice one.
Result? Yes, Sarge.
Well done.
Cheers.
What have we got?
Leon's given us a name. Jason Campbell.
Yeah, that looks like one of the blokes at the shopping centre.
And Kathy's ID'd him. He's got a sister living on the block in question, number 12.
I think I tried number 12. There was no reply.
We'll kick the door down if we have to. Do you fancy picking him up, Steve?
I fancy nicking his car and writing it off, Sarge.
Well, you could do that if it was down to me. Teach him a lesson. Well done.
He's changed his attitude.
Pressure of the first day back.
I thought it was the male menopause.
Again?
From 330. Request fire engine. Fire. Neighbourhood office.
You all right? You all right? Yeah. Just the smoke. Just the smoke.
The fire at the community police office began about 2 minutes after 7. Sir.
Morning. We have the Socos report?
Yes, sir. She's requested the attendance of the Fire Investigations Unit. I'm meeting the FIO at the scene.
Right. We are giving this matter priority.
Everything we can.
I know how you feel. There have been far too many attacks on police officers. I want a result. But I want the right result. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Good.
So where were you between 6 and 7?
I was out walking the dog.
Did you see anyone?
No one in particular.
Does that mean you did see someone?
I didn't see anyone start a fire.
Well, what did you see?
I can't say I saw anything. How's Ron, is it?
You know Ron, do you?
Only to talk to.
Well, he's all right, thankfully. So you did see someone when you were walking the dog?
Look, I'm sorry, love. I can't help you. It's very dark. It's very badly lit round there.
How are you?
I'm fine. Just showing people I'm still alive.
Everyone I've had in the shop this morning has been asking after you, eh?
Didn't see anything, did they?
I saw him, Matt. Hang on a minute. Thanks, love.
Thank you.
See you. Bye. You want a cuppa?
No, I've just had one, thanks.
The thing is, I didn't know what had happened, but I remember I saw a man running.
Where was this?
I was cleaning out the van. I was out by the lockup.
What was he wearing?
A green, what I call a duvet jacket.
Ron? A little girl gave me something to give to you.
What?
It's from her doll's first aid kit.
How lovely.
Listen, Mrs. Lake, number 111, mean anything to you?
No.
I think she may have seen something.
Perhaps if you went and had a word with her.
Right. I didn't know Sunhill had a community police office.
We didn't. Supposed to open today.
Where was the PC when the fire started?
Down this end.
Did he hear a noise at all?
Well, he didn't mention anything.
There wasn't a whoosh when the fire started. Understand what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that's what made him turn round.
Did he mention smoke? Thick smoke, high flames. That almost certainly indicated petrol.
Well, I'll ask him.
You see, what probably happened is that the sides collapsed, thus bringing down the ceiling. That's what most of this top layer is. What we're interested in is the flooring.
Sorry, your PC. Do you know how he made his escape?
Yeah, through that window there.
Right, and before the fire started, when he left the front office, did he say if this door was open or not?
Well, again, I'll ask him.
You see, the angle of these hinges would suggest the door was probably ajar.
Yeah. Petrol.
So what you're saying is someone slung a load of petrol through the front door and set fire to it?
Too early to say, but it's probably worthwhile having the area searched for a container.
Quiet, Buster! Quiet! Oh, hello.
Mrs. Lake?
I've already had someone come round.
Yeah. Where do I know you from? Dry cleaners, Hornby Street.
That's right. Look, I'm just off out to work.
OK if I walk with you? Now, the WPC you spoke to earlier said you might have seen someone.
I was very upset to hear about the fire.
Yeah. Now, you were out walking the dog, right?
Yeah. I walked Buster. I must have been back in about 10 to.
So, who did you see while you were out? All we're trying to do is build up a picture of who was in the area at the time of the fire, you see?
Look, I didn't want to say anything. And this is nothing personal, but I didn't want to tell that lady copper. Because I know Jeff's black, and I'm not trying to say you're racist. I know you're all right, Ron, but, well, things have happened in the past.
You know me, I treat everyone the same. So, you saw Jeff who?
Jeff Marks. It must have been some time before the fire.
Is he the karate champion?
The Kido champion, yeah. And he does women's self-defense classes. That's how I know him.
Where did you see him?
Well, he was in the alleyway talking to some boy. I didn't know him. He was a white boy, I think.
That's very helpful. Now, if you think of anything else, you let me know, eh?
Well, if you want to drop by for a cup of coffee or something later.
You still in Hornby Street?
Yeah. But I'm usually at home Wednesdays.
Huh. I'll remember that. Thanks a lot.
I've tried all the local petrol stations, nothing so far.
Right. Motive?
A grudge.
Against?
Us, the police.
Ron Smollett.
Well, we know that evening that Ron assisted in the arrest of 2 blokes for the theft of a police motor vehicle. So his mates have got to be on our list of primary suspects. Viv, that's your job. See if you can identify if they were members of a gang. Oh, yeah, and before you go, get someone to send me a cup of tea.
How we doing?
Ron, the FIO wants more information.
Sir?
You all right?
I'm fine. It's the community police office I'm upset about. Me, I'm fireproof.
I don't know, mate. I think the fire brigade should have a look at your face. I think it's still alight.
Yeah, my missus said I looked worse when we got back from Benidorm. I've got a name, Gov. Jeff Marks. He was seen in the vicinity. He's got form. Now, Mrs. Lake, who was out walking her dog down by the shopping alley, she says she saw Marks with another lad in the alley.
Nice one.
However, she can't identify the other lad. But the guy who runs the supermarket says he saw a lad running away from the lockups just after the fire. Now, this lad was wearing green anorak type thing. Could be the lad seen with Marks, eh?
Is this Mark's address? Were you thinking of going to interview?
Well, I was thinking
Well,
of...
don't. You're not investigating this on your own, Ron.
What do you want? DS Road, Sun Hill. I'm trying to locate your neighbour, Mr. Marks.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Where does he work?
I couldn't tell you.
You've not been very helpful.
We're investigating the fire at the community police centre.
Oh, aye. Well, that was some of the young people.
Well, you know that for sure?
Do you know this estate? It's the Devil's Orphanage. The bald-headed copper that comes around here, Ronnie. I told him all this.
Well, you know that Ronnie was in the community station when they set fire to it.
Aye, I know. He's all right, though.
Well, now he's got even less here.
So, what's my neighbour got to do with all this?
It may have been a witness, that's all.
Oh, is that all? Well, you find him down at Rocky's gym.
Thanks.
Here, what about this, Sarge? Smell of petrol? Yeah, it's definitely lead-free.
Well, don't touch it. We'll get Socko to bag it up.
Just got Jeff marked.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Look, I've told these jokers I had nothing to do with the fire.
What you done to your hand?
They already asked me that. I've done it training.
You could have been covering a burn.
No way, man. You're not fitting me up for this.
All right, relax, Tiger. See if there's an interview room free.
Come on.
Hello. Come in. So what we got?
We'll do a preliminary report. I've taken some samples to examine in greater detail back at the lab.
The most interesting evidence when we uncovered it was the flooring, wasn't it?
Yes, it revealed a burning pattern characteristic of flammable liquid.
Caused by?
We considered a petrol bomb.
But we couldn't find any glass, could we?
No, but I think our initial theory most probable.
What, that someone opened the door, poured petrol in and set fire to it?
If you pick up this lad or lady fast, they should have evidence of flame wash.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Superficial burning to the clothes and skin. Well, with a bit of luck, we might have got the guy already. And with this evidence, we're talking attempted murder.
I passed the what's the name? Police, what you call it?
Community police station.
So? That don't prove anything.
That's right, but it does give us a right to ask you a few questions, doesn't it? So where are you going?
To see a mate.
Could you give us his name and address, please?
What for?
So he can corroborate your story.
Wasn't there.
How unfortunate. What time did you get to your mates?
I'd say about 7.
Anyone see you?
Somebody must have done.
So you say you left home that night by yourself. Now, did you meet up with anyone?
No.
Did you speak to anyone?
What do you want me to say?
The truth. Did you have a conversation with anyone?
I told you.
In the alleyway?
You mean the bloke asked me directions? Was it him who done the fire?
Oh, you tell us.
I don't know. He asked me, that's right. I was in the alley. He asked me if it was the way through to the Red Lion. He was miles away.
So you gave him directions?
Yeah. I saw him later as it happens, the geezer. This is up by the Red Lion. He ran out in the road nearly get mashed by this car. It was Red Escort XR3i, if that's any help.
I mean, forensic could say, yes, the bottle contained petrol. Maybe it has fingerprints. But a defendant could well say he was using the container for filling his car. We'll be in touch in a couple of days.
Right. Okay, thanks a lot. Jim, what do you got?
Well, Marks could be telling the truth. It's hard to say. It would be difficult to establish a motive for him.
Well, that's all you got?
No. Marks claims the guy he was talking to was asking directions to the Red Lion. Now, he saw the same guy later. He was running.
What was he wearing?
A green ski jacket.
And do you reckon this is the same guy seen running from the lockups?
Now, this is the best bit. Mark saw him almost being hit by a car. To avoid being hit, he put his hands out on the bonnet. Now, if we could find the car, maybe we could lift the fingerprints.
Sorry, mate. Good shot.
About the fire, is it?
Why'd you say that?
Come on. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah? What are they saying?
The same as you fellas. They want to know who did it.
They don't know.
Well, I haven't seen them congratulating anyone.
We're looking for a bloke wearing a green ski jacket. He was seen coming towards this pub. Possibly arrived sometime after the fire. Say 7:15?
I'm afraid I'm colourblind. Seriously.
We believe you. You can tell from the way you dress.
See if the punters are more helpful.
Come on. If I could help you, I would. That constable's not a bad bloke, as it happens. I feel sorry for him. Is he okay?
Stephen Porter. I'm from Sunhill. Can I have a quick word? We're investigating the fire at the community police station. You own a red XR3i?
Why?
Is that a yes or a no?
What's this about?
It's about the fire. We're trying to trace the man who was seen running away. He was later seen in Witt Street, but we know he ran out in front of a Ford Escort.
So?
Well, all I need to know was, were you the driver of the vehicle? You were? Well, can you give me a description of the man?
He ran out in front of me.
Yes, but what did he look like? Can you show me the card, please?
Have we struck gold?
Who puts onto this bloke?
No good. Tax is in the post.
Don't touch the card.
I'm glad you haven't washed it.
Right. I think we'll get Socko down, yeah?
Yeah, nice set of handprints.
He's dented it.
You're lucky he didn't set fire to it, mate.
This photo fit has been posted round the estate. Now, the incident room has already had a lot of help from the public. Yesterday, we failed to locate him, so today I want some action.
Nothing yet on the fingerprints taken from the car?
Nothing. Oh, yeah, apart from the fact that they do not match those on what we originally thought was the container used to start the fire.
So are we still looking for the container?
We're looking for anything that's going to help us kick-start this investigation. Right, the man was seen here at 7 o'clock. And then at 10 past, he was seen down here heading south. Now, what we don't know is what he was doing in the meantime. We do know that he asked directions to the Red Lion pub. Now, as far as we know, nobody in the pub remembers seeing him. Our theory is that he was meeting someone else outside the pub. Who that person was, again, we don't know.
Don't know much, do we?
May I remind you of a piece of graffiti that's appeared on the estate? If any of you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and have a look.
How long's that been there?
Went up after the fire.
Right.
Morning.
Excuse me.
Yes, madam?
I just wanted to say I was sorry about what happened to you.
Thank you. Local, are you?
Sharrett.
I'm PC Ron Smollett, your home beat officer.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Mrs. Sims.
I've probably seen you around. I don't know if you've had one of our leaflets, so I'll give you my card. Hopefully we'll be able to launch the community police office quite soon.
I think my daughter, she might know him.
Now, don't you worry.
I don't want Anne getting into trouble. Mum?
Hello, Anne.
You bitch.
Oh, now, come on, your mum's
You
only...
lying cow. Anne!
Now, listen.
Get off me, you pig.
You calm down.
This is the man was nearly killed. I don't want you living with a murderer.
He's not a murderer.
Hang on, can I speak to her?
You've caused enough trouble, you have. You've grassed everyone up.
Anne.
No, he wants to pretend he's all nice so we can turn everyone in.
That's his job to catch people.
Spy on us.
Oi, now, who told you that?
Her boyfriend.
That's a lie. Everyone knows it.
What's his name?
He's got nothing to do with it.
Colin Sykes. She's got an address book. It's in her room.
No! Look! I was with him! I was with him! It wasn't him!
Sonny or CID? I've got a warrant for the arrest of Colin Sykes. Is he in? Sykes!
Colin Sykes.
CID have arrested a lad for that arson attack, sir. When did this happen? Ron Smollett got a tip-off from one of the residents. Good. It vindicates all the work Ron's been doing on that estate. People really stood up to help him. Well, maybe we've lost an office, but gained a community. Let's hope it lasts, eh?
It wasn't me. I didn't start the fire.
Who did then?
I don't know.
Just now, when we came round your house, why'd you try and run?
Because I knew you were looking for me.
Why? Why do you think we're looking for you?
I spoke to Anne. She saw the photo fit, said it looked a bit like me.
Why didn't you come to us then?
I was scared.
Of what?
That's obvious, isn't it? You're going to put somebody away.
You were on the estate that night?
Yeah, but I wasn't...
Hang on. What were you doing there?
I went to meet Anne. She left a note to meet her in the pub.
What, the Red Lion? Why didn't you go there direct?
I did.
What were you doing in the alley behind the community police office?
What alley? You mean along the backs of the houses? Is that what you mean? I was lost.
So you asked directions?
That's right. I asked the black geezer.
But you didn't stick to his directions.
What do you mean?
10 minutes later, you were seen by the lockups running away from the community police office.
Nah, what happened was I couldn't understand what the geezer said, you know what I mean? See, I was trying to cut through the estate to the Red Lion. I ended up running back up to Whit Street where I knew where I was.
Oh, here they come. Crystal Tips and Alistair.
Crystal what? There's a girl at the front office asking for you.
Some people have all the luck.
Oh, look, he's blushing.
Leave it out.
The driver of the car said you were in such a hurry that you ran out in front of him rather than stop. Now, why would you do that?
Because that's a lie. It was him. He was driving too fast. He came round the corner like a maniac.
What, he almost killed you, and yet you kept running? You weren't shaken?
I was.
But you didn't stop.
Oh, yeah, and he probably would have got out and knifed me.
Why'd you say that?
Because that's the way some people are.
Anne,
Look, I'm sorry about earlier.
You should apologise to your mum.
I've made a list of who was in the pub that night. They'll tell you Colin never set fire to that building.
How can you be so sure?
Look, you don't know him. Colin's not like that. Anyway, if someone had just done something like that, you'd be able to tell, wouldn't you?
You asking me or telling me?
Look, you asked these people. They was there. They saw Colin.
You got addresses for these names?
Most of them.
Stephen Porter.
Yeah, he lives on the estate.
Drives an XR3i. Knows your boyfriend, does he?
See that lot in the canteen are on form today?
Yes, Dan's positively frisky.
Yeah. Anything?
Well, the Sockos are still down at the house. They've picked up the green ski jacket. Now, neither Colin Sykes or his mother drive a car, so the feeling is, if they can verify a trace of petrol, then
we may have to establish where the petrol was obtained.
I'll go for a cup of tea.
Have you got Porter's statement here?
Yeah, why?
Did Porter mention he was at the Red Lion last night?
Not on his original statement, no. I'll check.
According to Sykes' girlfriend, Porter was there. He and Sykes sat at the same table.
Wait a minute, Porter had just nearly run Sykes over in his car.
That's right. So why didn't he recognise him?
Hello, Anne. I'm Detective Inspector Burnside.
Hello.
I hear you're giving us a list of the friends you were with in the pub that night.
Yeah. Look, they'll tell you Colin didn't do it.
Was Stephen Porter amongst that group?
Yeah. In fact, I think they were sitting next to each other.
So Colin arrived at the pub about 7:15, am I right? What time did Porter get there?
Steve was there before me, I think.
And what time did he leave?
He'd give us a lift at closing time.
Hang on. Are you saying that Stephen was in the pub all night?
All night, yeah.
Police! Stephen Porter, arresting you in connection with an arson attack in the community police station in the Kingsmead Estate on the 3rd of this month. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you say may be given in evidence. Out you come.
Hello, mate.
Listen, Ron, with the collection in the shop, we felt that we should do something.
Blimey. Not here. No, not here. I'll be in for my cup of tea tomorrow, sir. Thank you. I'll be in tomorrow to pick it up, all right?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, Ron. Tomorrow, yeah?
Yes, sir, tomorrow. Thank you. It's just some groceries I've got to pick up, Tony.
The guy might become a home beat officer.
Why didn't you tell us you knew the bloke you nearly ran over? You recognised him, didn't you? You're covering for him, right?
Come on, Stephen, this is pointless.
Look, we know you sat together in the pub. We've got witnesses. They say you never left the pub. But we've got a witness who saw you in your car about 7:10. So you went for a pee, right? Jumped in your car, shot round the community office and set fire to it. Am I right? All right, you think about it. We'll talk again. Interview suspended. See you.
Maybe Porter wasn't in the car. Maybe someone else borrowed it.
Gov, the divisional surgeons examined Sykes. There's no evidence of flame wash.
Yeah, well, get the divisional surgeon to examine Porter.
Do you want us to see if we can get a description of what Porter was wearing?
Good idea. And get them to examine it for traces of petrol.
Okay, Jim?
Yeah, OK.
I want to interview Sykes. Now.
Sit down.
Right then. This interview is being tape recorded. I'm Detective Inspector Burnside. There is also another police officer present. Please state your name and rank.
This is Detective Sergeant Roach.
You've been cautioned. Please state in full your name and date of birth.
I had nothing to do with it.
Your name and date of birth.
Colin Paul Sykes, 12/11/68. Please, honest, it's nothing to do with me.
Well, who is it to do with then?
I can't say.
What do you think Stephen Porter said?
What's he said? When did you speak to him?
We've arrested him.
What's he said? What did he say?
Tell us your side of it.
It was him. I saw him do it.
Saw him do what?
Start the fire.
You're saying you saw Stephen Porter start the fire at the community police station?
Yeah, that's why I was running. I knew he'd seen me. He tried to kill me. He tried to run me over. Said that night in the pub, if I told anyone, him and his mates would kill me.
Were his mates involved?
No, it was just him by himself. I heard he tried to get some others to go with him.
Why?
I don't know. There's a group of them in there. You arrested some of them. One's nicked your motor.
Revenge?
And they don't want the hut. Especially not with that bald geezer there watching them the whole time. 007.
They think he's a spy?
They hate him.
The attack, was it against the police officer or the hut?
Porter didn't worry. He just done it, I'd say. You're not going to let him out, are you?
Oh, well done, Ron.
Cheers.
Good on you.
The divisional surgeon found evidence of flame wash.
Right, thanks. We're going to charge Porter.
Great.
Well done, mate. Here, I've got some more good news for you. You going to see him charged, then?
Yeah.
2 weeks, you'll have somewhere new to hang your hat.
Soon as that?
Yeah. You want a drink?
I was given a gallon bottle of whiskey.
Oi. I don't want to know it.
I'll probably raffle it for charity.
You were charged as follows. You know you'll probably get a commendation for this time. You did cause criminal damage to the community police station.
Blowout. Target's been disturbed. Moving north up Warwick Avenue. Turning into Leamington Grove. This will be a good moment to relieve me.
I'm on my way. But don't get your hopes up. Leamington Grove?
Yeah. At least we know Stark's in business tonight.
Yeah. I'll cut through the estate, all right? Carver from Martella receiving.
Go on, Viv.
Targets entered Leamington Arms.
Oh, brilliant.
Bring the motor around, Jim. I'll show Ackland on the lamppost.
I'll have a pancake roll, chicken chow mein, prawn crackers, fried rice with egg, a packet of soy sauce and a large Coke.
Is that all?
Yeah, well, I'll be sinking a few later, so I've got to leave a bit of room.
He could be in there till closing time.
And so could I, given half a chance.
Burnside has these bright ideas. He doesn't have to do the legwork.
Well, Kim Reed made herself flavour of the month with street robberies. Burnside's targeting motor theft. When you're acting DCI, you've got to try harder.
Jim, here we go.
Oh, magic. There's a geezer in that car.
What's the bloke in the car doing? Sierra Oscar from Martella, receiving.
Ambulance. And firearms.
Yeah, urgent assistance, Leamington Grove. A man's been shot.
There you go.
Cheers, Dave. What you got then?
Sweet and sour chicken, extra sauce.
0101 from MP, receiving.
Sweet and sour's asking for trouble.
Oh, it's cold. Sierra 1 receiving.
IC1 male
Why's that?
suspect proceeding west on Meriden Avenue in 4.2 Jaguar. Suspect has firearm. Proceed with caution. Can you deal?
It's the source.
Dealing.
Goes everywhere if your driver's a cowboy.
Just get back inside
You all right?
until we know what we're dealing with here.
What's that gunshot?
Okay, he's here.
Inside. Do you
He's here.
understand me, sir? Please.
Doing all right. Hold in there.
Yeah, well, there might be
Hold in
people
there.
around inside.
If he keeps on this road west, he'll end up going around the houses on the one-way system, won't he?
If he turns off, it's all speed bumps and no through roads.
I'd dump the motor and leg it.
Or double back.
Tone, slow down. There's a big motor tucked away in that side road there. Great Jag, Tone, go! Go!
Did you see the man? Was it someone you knew?
He can't hear you, mate. Can you come in with us?
Well, I would do, but... OK, we've got back up.
I'll go.
DC Carver?
Yeah. You've been briefed.
We're told to arm and go to this location. Reported shooting. What's the story?
Right, we're up behind a target, Phil Stark, car thief. Tried the handle of a Jag, suspect inside, shot him twice.
Weapon?
I didn't see it, handgun, I guess.
Pair of shots. Sounds a bit professional.
Thing is, the suspect came out of that basement flat with another geezer who went back inside.
What, so you think there's more weapons in there?
Well, who knows? But the thing is, if there's any evidence in there, it could be going out the back door right now.
So what do you want to do?
I want to go in there and spin him right now. What do you think?
Because you're the officer in the case, pal. You set the objective. If it's feasible, we'll do it for you. It's your decision.
What do you reckon?
Still a pulse, still breathing.
Do you think he'll make it?
I'm a paramedic, love, not a fortune teller.
Suspect vehicle turning onto the arterial road eastbound.
Company.
Yeah, we'll leave some road space. Tony is tooled up.
We're shy, boss. They changed the rules.
Right, now we've got a cordon. We're ready when you are.
Well, let's do it.
Oh, police! Open the door and come out with your hands above your head. I'm police. Open the door and come out with your hands above your head. Stand up! Stand up! Hands above your head. Now come out. Keeping your hands above your head.
Back it up, mate. Right back across the road. Don't ask questions. Armed police. Come on, move it.
Phil. Philip Stark.
Right. Any next of kin?
We'll be finding that out.
Okay. Is he taking any drugs on prescription?
Well, he wasn't carrying any.
Is he a drug user?
He's not known for it, and like I say, there was nothing on him.
Right. Well, we're going to take him down to X-ray and do some exploratory surgery. Just like to wait there. I'll keep you posted, okay?
Right, thanks. Sierra Oscar from WDC Martella.
Repeat. Roadblock established at junction with Gallows Hill. All access roads closed from Blackpool Junction.
Toby, you plank.
Hands above your head. Hands above your head. Do it. Now get off the bed, keeping your hands above the head.
Move it! Leave her alone! You can't do that, you dirty bastard!
Emergency, no female officer available.
It's clean.
Hey, don't you
Keep
need
your
a
hands up! Yeah, where's the search warrant?
Shut up!
I've reason to believe a serious firearms offence has just been committed on these premises, and I'm acting immediately to secure evidence.
Put your tongue in the gate.
Ambulance fire brigade. Check the boot. Bloody hell.
No, it's all right. Sweet and sour.
Have a look at this.
You still think you can treat us like shite, don't you? You boys don't learn.
If you'd answer some questions...
Due to your snooping somewhere else, we've got rights and we know it, mister.
Jim. Oh, will you excuse me a minute?
Take a rest of your life.
Make up some really good lies. Out there, you'll need them.
Shut it, lady. You're giving me an earache.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Your suspect's dead. Crashed in a roadblock.
They ID'd him?
Yeah, the vehicle's registered to a Joseph Pierce. They're checking him out.
Well, if he's brown bread, these two can paint me any old picture.
Hang on. In the boot of the car, they found 2 AK-47 assault rifles.
Now, when you say in the boot, they weren't just lying loose, were they?
Oh, in a canvas holdall.
When it came out of this flat, I saw it.
Kalashnikov assault rifles. That's not blagging gear.
No. We're talking politicals.
I won't be wanting those back now you've handled them.
Try 'em on. Give yourself a thrill under your blue serge.
Know what your problem is, Paddy? You got the gift of the gob.
Just do the job, George.
Do the job, George. Be a good boy and I'll throw you a bone, George.
We won't forget any of this, you know. The verbal abuse, the man...
Oh, Harris, Marie Sinnott, I'm arresting you under the Prevention of Terrorism Act. You do not have to say anything, but anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Well, bed and breakfast the male prisoners at Barton Street. Fortunately, there are no females in at the moment, so we can isolate those cells as a secure area.
Well, that doesn't make us a high-security nick.
No, but it'll only be for a short time. The anti-terrorist squad are on the way. They'll take them off our hands. Ferguson.
Can't be too soon for me, Mr. Munro.
I'm with you there. Roberts.
Well, he's had a lucky escape. One bullet grazed the side of his chest and cracked a rib, and the other went just above his shoulder.
We thought he might be a goner.
No, he was in shock. You should be able to talk to him in about half an hour or so.
Good.
Burnside, acting DCI.
All right.
Don't laugh. I'm supposed to be in charge here.
What's your gov? Sorry about your function.
You done me a favour, Jim. I thought you wanted in on this. Damn right. Right. Come on, tell me about it.
Detective Superintendent Grace. This is DS Cottrell. DC Frears, SL13. You got bodies for us?
Oh, yes, Gov. I'll be honest with you. The sooner you're having the way to Paddington Green, the better we'll all feel here.
Right, so there's a sexual harassment as well as the damage to property, and there's ethnic abuse. Have you got all that?
Yes, we'll be taking down your complaint, but first I have to fill in this custody record. Now, do you understand why you're here?
Oh, I understand, all right. I understand the position of people like us in the British state.
Well, I must say, this is a bit of a blow, Mr. Grace. We'd assumed you'd want Sinnott and Harris in high security right away.
That's not how we're playing this one.
I have to say, I'm not personally confident that Sunhill can cope with high security prisoners for more than a brief period.
It's been cleared by your DAC, Mr. Monroe.
I see.
Blimey, Frank. You're the conjurer, the comedian.
Leave it out, Tommy. I'm the big governor around here. Don't show me up. How are you?
Bearing up. Bearing up. This is my DS, Sam Cottrell. DC Billy Frears.
Welcome aboard. And this is the maniac responsible, James Carver.
Nice one, son.
Dropped in my lap, Gov. Had to go for it.
Why don't you take my lads off and run it past them in detail?
Right, sir.
Mr. Grace informs me that the prisoners are going to be held here during the initial investigation.
Yeah? Well, that's no problem. Manpower, accommodation, anything you want, just ask Tommy. What's ours is yours. Isn't that right, Andrew?
Apparently.
You were sat there watching?
That's right. We were behind you all evening.
Not my lucky night, was it?
Depends on which way you look at it.
Yeah. I suppose so.
Right. What can you tell us then?
You saw it. I tried the car door. It opens. I think I'm away here. And I realise there's a geezer in there.
What was he doing?
He was leaning across the passenger seat. He had the glove compartment open.
Did you see the gun?
Didn't register. Because all I'm thinking about is some old rubbish to tell him. Next thing I knew, I was knocked over backwards. And I'm lying there, and then it comes to me like I've been shot. But I didn't feel nothing. And then I must have flaked out.
Did you recognise the man?
No. You don't reckon it was personal?
Whatever it was, he won't do it again.
And nothing out of the prisoners, right from when you went in?
The usual load of lip. You can't do this, you can't do that, we don't have to say anything.
Well primed up on their rights.
You'd expect that.
Yeah, but they all give it that now, don't they? I mean, kids learn it at school.
OK, Jim, that's been very helpful.
Sinnott and Harris, they known to you?
No, mate, but there will be by the time we've done with them.
Yeah. Under the Act, you can really take off the gloves, can't you?
That's a bit of an unfortunate way of putting it.
Yes. Times have changed.
Apart from the complaints about their treatment, all they'd say was no comment. They both asked for the same solicitor.
Last two, Sarge.
Yeah, well, they would, wouldn't they? He does them all.
They said they'd seen the name in the papers. And they want those people to be informed.
Yeah, well, they're out of luck on both counts.
Sorry?
If they're allowed outside contacts at this time, I believe it will prejudice my inquiries. Alibis may be constructed, witnesses interfered with, and evidence suppressed, OK?
The prisoners are Sun Hill's responsibility. I can't abrogate their rights on your say-so.
No, but a senior officer in this Nick can. Superintendent or above. So why don't you get Charlie Brownlow on the blower at home? Let me talk to him. Sooner the better, eh? Before he's put the cat out and said his prayers. And that's all Stark could tell you?
Yep.
Do you think he's levelling?
Stark nicks motors. He doesn't run with bandits. He fell over this just like we did.
So what it sounds like is Pierce has got his handgun in his belt. He gets into the car. He's uncomfortable like that, so he's putting it in the glove compartment.
Stark interrupts.
Bang, bang.
Yep.
OK, Viv, thanks.
Right, you two can book off now. But make sure you're back early in the morning, won't you? Knock on a few doors.
Thanks again, you two. You set us up to get a result.
Cheers, Colin.
Did they tell you what's going on?
That'll be the day.
Well, what do you reckon it is?
Secrets.
We can't have a lawyer. What are you doing, making up our rules as you go along?
I'm just explaining the situation to you, Mr. Harris.
Well, maybe nobody knows we're here now, but the whole world's going to know when we get out tomorrow.
I wouldn't count on getting out tomorrow.
Wind me up. I've studied some law, you know. I know about pace and all that, and habeas corpus.
Under the Prevention of Terrorism Act, you can be held in police custody for up to 48 hours without being charged. Then, if the Secretary of State agrees, you can be held for a further 5 days.
You know what's been on our plate lately, Frank?
Yeah, terrorist campaign in the home counties.
3 shooting incidents in the last 6 weeks. Home of a judge came under fire. That was in Buckinghamshire. MP's car was hit by rifle shots in Kent. Off-duty soldier, shot and killed in Camberley.
All within easy travelling distance for a London-based firm.
That's right. And all claimed by the Provisional IRA.
The rounds recovered were 7.62mm. Fits the Kalashnikov AK-47.
Pyra got mountains of Kalashnikovs from Colonel Gaddafi in the mid-80s arms shipments.
And you reckon that Pierce, Sinnott and Harris fit the frame?
Don't get previous, Frank. Over the last couple of days, we've nicked 6 people. Our information is they're part of the active service unit that's been doing jobs on the mainland. We're holding them incommunicado at Paddington Green. We reckon that they're the reconnaissance and combat cells.
So what about our bodies?
What you've tripped over here looks like the support cell. Long-stay players with deep cover who arrange transport and accommodation, store weapons and equipment.
And you're keeping them apart?
Players we're holding at Paddington Green are front-line troops. They'll tough it out all the way to the Bailey. Harris and Sinnott, though, they've lived normal civilian lives waiting for the call to arms. Had a chance to soften up. We get a clear run at it, keep them isolated, we can break them. So start on the woman.
We are talking about dedicated revolutionary fanatics here, George. If they can't shoot their way out, their comrades will be round here with rockets and mortars. It's been done before.
God blimey, Reg, you done half work yourself into a 2 and 8, didn't you, eh?
Oh, you reckon, do you? Look, this mob's been known to hijack helicopters before now to blad their mates' outs. All I am doing, George, is warning against complacency in the hour of maximum danger.
All you're doing, Reg, is going home to bed, same as me.
What, best place to be at a time like this? Ah, here we go. Look, these lads will tell you, won't you? They have been in the front line, eyeball to eyeball with a terrorist scourge, huh?
Bog off, Hollis. Dave, that stuff on your shirt is...
Oh, yeah, George, yeah. Blood, brains, guts, monosodium glutamate, the full Monty.
See, that's what it does to you. Post-traumatic stress disorder. I should know I've had some. Look, I'm telling you, those lads should be on light duty or receiving treatment.
Yes, Reg.
Thought this Nick was a bit on the dry side.
You got to know where to look, Tommy.
So, if you get made up to full DCI, you want to stay on divisional duties?
Maybe it is time for a change. Your line of work's always struck me as interesting.
Yes. I would have thought that was a definite maybe. Of course, if we get a good result on this one, with your firm's cooperation, that can't harm your prospects. Not one little bit.
That's what I rather imagine to be the case. But it's nice to hear you say it.
So, what's this booze up in aid of, then?
What?
Well, you said you were supposed to be sinking a few later on.
Oh, yeah. Mate, mine's stag night.
Oh, get a bit naughty then, won't it?
The usual. You know how it is.
Stripogram?
Bound to be.
Oh, wind-ups, the old loopy juice flying to all hours?
Count on it with that mob.
Don't know if I'd fancy it myself.
Nah. I might give it a miss.
All right? Another day over, Gov.
Not a moment too soon.
Do you reckon they'll get a quick result with this Irish caper?
Now, if it's cleared up before we're back on duty, I'll be well pleased.
No comment, all along the line.
Same as Harris.
Early days yet, Frank. One thing to stay stunned for half an hour. 48 hours, that's something different.
One thing strikes me as strange, though.
What's that?
Pierce. I mean, if he was in deep cover, part of this support cell...
Yeah?
He was a bit panicky, wasn't he? A bit trigger-happy. I thought the Para was supposed to be a very professional outfit nowadays.
Well, they got a lot more sophisticated in the last 20 years. They still screw up. Players score own goals while setting bombs. Take out tourists when they're targeting squaddies.
Do you know what we used to call it in the army?
What?
The paddy factor.